Welcome, deeply curious listener, to The Deep Dive. Have you ever found yourself caught in that familiar annual cycle? You know, the one?
January hits.
Exactly. January hits, and suddenly you're just bursting with this incredible motivation. You set those huge goals. This year, I'm definitely getting those six-pack abs, or launching that business finally, or maybe I'm going to be a 5 a.m. person every single day.
No excuses this time.
Right. And for a week, maybe two, you feel completely unstoppable. You're on fire. But then, well, life happens, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Inevitably.
That initial flame just flickers out, motivation dips, things get in the way, and pretty soon those big dreams are just gathering dust. You left feeling frustrated, maybe a bit inadequate, definitely guilty.
And you start thinking, it's me, I just don't have the willpower.
Exactly. You internalize it. You think you're the problem. But what if? What if it's not actually you? What if there's something missing in the whole approach we take to achieving things?
That's such a common trap, isn't it? We're sort of conditioned to believe that it's all about pure grit, relentless effort, just white-knuckling it with motivation.
Right, endless motivation.
But as Kelvin W. Nathan really brings to light in his book, Build the System, that whole narrative, it's incomplete. Honestly, it often sets us up for failure, for burnout and disappointment.
So today, in this deep dive, we're going to unpack some really powerful insights from Nathan's work, drawing from summaries, audio excerpts, the whole deal.
Yeah, our mission here is basically to pull out the most critical nuggets of wisdom for you. Give you kind of shortcut to understanding how to engineer your life so that growth feels, well, less like a constant battle and more, surprisingly, almost effortless, natural even.
Precisely. The core idea, the absolute heart of what Nathan talks about, isn't that initial spark of motivation or even just raw effort. It's about building something more durable, repeatable systems.
Okay, so what exactly is a system in this context?
Think of it like a proven process, a sequence of actions you design that when you repeat it day in, day out, it consistently moves you towards your goals. And importantly, without that constant emotional roller coaster, that struggle.
So motivation might be the spark plug.
Yeah.
But the system is the actual engine, the thing that keeps you going long after the spark fades.
You nailed it. And you see the contrast immediately, right? The person relying just on motivation, they often burn out fast. Their progress is all fits and starts.
Big bursts of energy then.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right. But the system builder, as Nathan calls them, their growth looks consistent, almost. Effortless sometimes from the outside. They might not look like they're hustling 24/7.
But the results stack up. They compound over time because the structure is there. They're not just waiting for inspiration, they're building the framework for it to show up consistently.
So the real shift, the fundamental change Nathan advocates, is moving from just stating goals to actually building the machinery to reach them. Sounds simple, but it's a huge mental shift.
It really is.
Yeah.
And what's great is how clearly Nathan lays out this distinction. Goals, he says, are the destination, the end point.
Like, I want six-pack abs in 3 months.
Or 1 million subscribers this year.
Lose 10 kilos.
Exactly. Those definitely give you that initial buzz, that excitement. But man, they can be intimidating, right? They often feel so big, so far away.
Yeah, almost paralyzing sometimes. You don't even know where to start.
Precisely. So, if goals are the destination,
then systems are the path, the actual process that gets you there. So instead of just six-pack abs, the system is go to the gym 45 minutes daily, eat whole foods, get 7 hours sleep.
Or for that content creator, it's not get subscribers, it's post 3 quality videos a week, analyze the feedback, aim to improve 1% each time.
Right. Or for weight loss, track food intake daily, log exercise, adjust based on the data. They're smaller steps, manageable, focused on the doing, day after day.
Nathan's cricket player analogy is perfect here. Imagine a player obsessed only with winning the World Cup. The pressure is immense, right? It's all or nothing.
Yeah, easy to crack under that.
But then think about a player focused on their daily practice system. Showing up consistently, actually enjoying the drills, working on specific techniques, keeping fit.
They're focused on the process.
Exactly. By mastering that daily system, they naturally, almost inevitably, boost their chances of winning. The World Cup is still the aim, but the focus is the disciplined, daily practice. That's the system.
That makes so much sense. So, okay, let's dig in a bit. Why are systems so much better at promoting consistency? Why do they reduce that dependence on fickle motivation?
Well, first off, like you said, motivation is an emotion. It's unreliable, shows up when it feels like it, leaves without notice.
Totally. Depends on your mood, how much sleep you got.
Everything. Systems, though, are structure. They're designed to keep you moving forward even when motivation is low. They act like an internal discipline framework.
So it bypasses the need for that constant emotional high.
Right. And relying only on huge goals. That leads to stress, burnout. You're always looking at this massive mountain ahead. If you don't see progress quickly, you get discouraged. Systems break it down. Small, achievable daily steps. That prevents the overwhelm, makes it feel doable, sustainable.
And it changes your focus too, right? Goals are all about the outcome. Didn't hit the target, disappointment, failure.
Whereas systems train you to focus on the process, the daily actions you can control. That inherently reduces stress because you're focused on today, on the now, not some uncertain future point.
And that leads to what Nathan calls sustainable growth. I love that term.
Me too. Because achieving a goal can sometimes feel empty afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, okay, did that, now what?
Yeah, the post-marathon blues kind of thing.
Exactly. Systems set you up to be a lifelong runner, not just a one-time marathon finisher. You build the identity, the ongoing practice, not just tick a box.
And the power of those small, manageable steps. It's huge. Systems feel smaller, less daunting.
Which makes it way easier to just start. That author aiming for a bestseller might never write a word. It's too big.
But the one who commits to the system, 1 hour of writing daily.
They'll have a draft before they know it. It's the tiny, consistent step that builds momentum.
And it creates an automatic pattern in the brain. Reduces decision fatigue. That's a big one.
Huge. You don't waste energy deciding, should I go to the gym? The system says you go. Decision made. Frees up mental energy for the actual work.
Okay, let's pause here for a second. For you listening, think about this. What does it really mean for you to shift from just dreaming big to actively building a system? Where in your life could you rely less on fleeting motivation and more on a solid, repeatable process? Maybe pick one area where you get that initial burst, then fade. What could a simple system look like there?
Moving inward now, Nathan stresses this idea of an inner architecture. Our identity, our mindset, these are foundations for any system.
Yeah, he talks about our inner identity as this silent controller of our decisions and habits, that subconscious voice whispering, you can't or you can.
And it's incredibly powerful. Critically, a system just won't stick long-term if it clashes with your core identity.
Right. His example of the night owl trying to force a 5 a.m. system.
It's doomed from the start because your deep-seated belief about who you are will constantly pull you back. The internal conflict just sabotages the effort.
So the real game changer, Nathan says, is changing your identity first before you build the system around the new behavior.
Exactly. Using those, I am the kind of person who statements, not just I want to finish tasks, but I am the kind of person who finishes what I start.
I'm the kind of person who shows up every day.
Yes. These aren't just words, they're programming. They become the operating principle of your system. It's like he says, identity is the root, system is the branch. The system has to grow from who you believe you are becoming.
Okay, but how do you actually build that new identity? It sounds a bit abstract.
It takes deliberate work for sure. Our brains need proof. And Nathan emphasizes small wins, tiny actions, consistently done.
Like 10 minutes of exercise, or just making that healthy breakfast.
Exactly. Those seem insignificant, but they build small victories. Your brain starts gathering evidence. See, you are doing it. You are becoming disciplined.
And that releases dopamine, right? Reinforces the behavior.
Precisely. It creates a positive feedback loop, physiologically reinforcing the new identity.
And it's also about ditching those old false labels, the ones we picked up somewhere along the way.
Oh, definitely. You're lazy, you're disorganized, you never follow through. Nathan suggests literally writing them down, declaring them not true anymore, and consciously replacing them with empowering ones aligned with who you want to be. It's an act of reclaiming your narrative.
I like that, reclaiming the narrative and then mirroring your future self.
Yeah, when you design a system, think beyond the task. Ask, who will I become by doing this consistently? A writing system isn't just about words on a page. It's about becoming a focused, consistent communicator.
So you act like that person, even in small ways.
And you start to become that person. Identity isn't fixed. It's a daily decision, a constant alignment with your evolving self.
And mindset ties into this so closely. It's not just a sudden realization, is it?
Not at all. Nathan compares mindset to a muscle. You build it with a regular system of mind workout, just like physical exercise.
Yeah.
Consistent effort over time. You're literally rewiring neural pathways.
So practical mind workouts, what does that involve?
Daily positive affirmations are key. Repeating things like, I am capable, I am getting better every day. Sounds simple, but repetition reprograms the subconscious.
Makes sense.
Also, dedicating maybe 10-15 minutes daily to positive input. Listening to inspiring podcasts, watching talks, reading articles that reinforce growth, consciously feeding your mind good stuff.
Counteracting the negative stuff we absorb passively.
Exactly. And then there's negative thought reframing. When that "I can't do this" voice pops up.
Intercept it.
Right. Question it. Is that really true? Then consciously replace it with something empowering but believable, like "I can learn this," or "I can take the next small step." It's active mental defense.
The overall impact then is huge. A systematically built positive mindset leads to better decisions, different actions.
And ultimately, a transformed life.
Yeah.
You shift from being driven by emotion to being driven by execution, a stable inner platform.
Okay, so for you listening, what's your current self-talk like? Does it lift you up or hold you back? And what's one simple daily action you could take starting today to begin rewriting that internal script and aligning it with where you want to go?
All right, shifting from the inner world to the outer environment. Nathan argues this is just as critical, maybe even more so sometimes.
He says environment often wins over motivation, which feels true, doesn't it? You can be super motivated to read, but if your phone's buzzing constantly...
Forget it. The environment pulls you. It guides your actions, often subconsciously.
And he breaks it down into physical and digital environments, right? Both have a huge impact.
Yes, and crucially, a third one, the people environment, who you surround yourself with. Negative people drain your system. Inspiring people fuel it.
Okay, so designing for success, physical space first, cluttered room, cluttered mind.
Absolutely. Clear space, clear thought, designated spots for specific tasks, a clean desk for work, a calm corner for reflection. Using physical cues helps too.
Like leaving your running shoes by the door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or the book on the nightstand makes the desired action easier, more obvious. And filling the space with inspiring quotes or images that connect to your goals.
Then the digital space, the hidden trap, he calls it.
It really is.
Yeah.
Phones constantly pull us into reaction mode. His solution: digital entry rituals, having a clear purpose before opening an app, decluttering your home screen, setting detox times.
And increasing friction for bad habits, reducing it for good ones.
Yeah. Like to delete the social media app from your phone, only use it on desktop, makes it harder to mindlessly scroll. But keep that water bottle right on your desk, easy to grab.
And the people environment, actively choosing who you spend time with.
It's crucial. Seek out people who elevate your thinking, who spark growth, and consciously limit time with those who are consistently negative or discouraging. Protect your energy, protect your system.
This brings us to habits. Nathan sees them as these invisible forces shaping everything. Success isn't one big decision.
It's thousands of tiny, repeated daily decisions that become habits. Systems need habit loops to function.
Explain the habit loop again. Cue, craving, routine, reward.
Exactly. The cue triggers it, like stress. The craving is the desire for the reward, stress relief. The routine is the action, eating chocolate. The reward is the outcome, stress temporarily reduced, good taste.
So understanding that lets you re-engineer it.
Precisely. Change the routine, maybe find a healthier way to get a similar reward. Like stress cue leads to craving relief, so instead of chocolate routine, maybe you do 5 deep breaths, new routine to get calm reward.
Smart. So how do we systemize habits effectively? Nathan says start stupendously small.
Almost invisible. Instead of read for an hour, just read 1 page. It bypasses resistance, makes it easy to be consistent. Often you'll do more anyway.
And habit stacking, attaching new habits to existing ones.
Super powerful. After I brush my teeth, existing habit, I will journal for 1 minute, new habit. Or after my morning coffee, I'll do 2 minutes of stretching. The brain just lumps it in with the existing pattern.
Designing clear cues is important too, making the trigger obvious.
Absolutely. What is hidden from the eye is also hidden from the mind. Put the journal and pen on your pillow, lay out the workout clothes the night before, make the cue unavoidable.
And celebrate the loop. Acknowledge the win, however small.
Yeah, that positive reinforcement wires it in. A mental yes. Or ticking a box sends a signal to your brain, this was good, do it again.
Finally, tracking habits, but for awareness, not judgment.
Crucial distinction. Use a tracker to see patterns, understand where you struggle, where you succeed, not to beat yourself up if you miss a day. Awareness is the first step to change. It's just data.
Okay, another moment for reflection for you listening. How can you tweak your environment, physical, digital, social, to make the good stuff easier and the less helpful stuff harder? And what tiny, almost invisible habit could you stack onto an existing routine, maybe starting right now?
Building on this, Nathan introduces the scaffold concept, designing your whole day with intention.
Architecting your daily routines, morning, work, evening, into scalable and modular blocks sounds structured.
It is, but it's also flexible. It provides a robust framework. He argues the morning routine is foundational, sets the tone for everything.
Right, like his example of Arpit, going from chaotic mornings to structured blocks of gratitude, meditation, reading, stretching.
Exactly. Gain clarity, confidence. Made a huge difference to his whole day.
And for the work routine, breaking it into deep work blocks with breaks. Like Shivani, the content writer.
Yeah, she segmented her day, deep writing, research, client calls, creative time. Doubled her productivity by matching tasks to energy levels.
The evening routine, too, often neglected but key for reflection and prep. Rahul, the engineer,
Used his evening for gratitude journaling, a walk, screen-free time, improved sleep, reduced anxiety. It closes the loop on the day and sets up the next one.
And the key is modularity and flexibility. It's not rigid.
Not at all. You can skip or shorten blocks if needed. Life happens. But the underlying structure remains. It maintains discipline and allows for real life. It bends, it doesn't break.
So the goal isn't necessarily a super early wake-up call.
No, it's about having your start to the day, whenever it is, be organized, intentional, and distraction-free.
Purposeful.
And it kills that decision fatigue again. No more, what should I do now?
Frees up so much mental energy, allows you to operate proactively, not reactively.
And builds momentum automatically. A good start carries through.
Then there's the 1-hour growth code. This is powerful.
Dedicating just 1 hour daily to focused work on your future, your power hour.
Exactly, your secret time for deep personal growth. Could be creating content, learning a skill, refining a business idea, taking a course.
The goal is just to build something, learn something, move forward. Yes. And the compounding effect is massive. 1 hour a day is 365 focused hours a year. That's enough to build a side hustle, write a book, master a valuable skill. Think about that cumulative impact.
Especially for busy people, that one focused hour can be life-changing over time.
Absolutely. But protecting that hour is non-negotiable. Phone off, notifications, silenced, quiet space. It's your biggest accountability to yourself.
It's a direct investment in your future self.
And consistency, again, is the weapon. That hour, done consistently, turns average into legendary. And consistency needs a system supporting it.
Okay, thinking about your own day now, where does it feel chaotic or reactive? How could you build in a simple scaffold? Or where could you carve out and fiercely protect that 1-hour growth code to build real momentum?
This naturally leads us to refinement and resilience. Systems aren't set and forget, they need feedback.
Right. Nathan draws a line between looking busy and truly progressing. Feedback loops show you the difference. Without them, systems stagnate or die.
He frames feedback as internal GPS, not criticism. It's for calibration. Tells you what to drop, what to improve, what to double down on.
The cycle. Action. Observe result. Adjust action. Continuously iterating.
So practically, a daily reflection loop. End the day asking, did I follow the system? Where was the friction? What energized me? What can I tweak tomorrow? Journaling helps make this concrete.
And then a weekly system review. Maybe 20, 30 minutes on a Sunday?
Perfect. Look holistically. Which habits stuck? Which broke? Did my identity feel aligned? How was the environment? Focus on what worked and what not to repeat. Sharpens everything.
Seeking external feedback, too, from trusted people.
Yeah, mentors, friends can be uncomfortable but necessary. They see blind spots we miss.
And measure what matters. Define success metrics for each system.
Crucial. Energy levels for health, books read for learning, project milestones for career. Without measure, system is only illusion. Data provides the reality check.
And inevitably, systems sometimes break. What then? Nathan says, when the system breaks, upgrade it.
Love that framing. It's not your failure. It's a signal. An opportunity to improve the system itself. Systems are meant to evolve.
He talks about resilience, the power to turn a fall into a rise. A resilient system bends but doesn't break.
Exactly. And life is unpredictable. Smart systems anticipate this. They have resilience layers, ways to self-correct.
So strategies for resilience. First, create reset rituals.
Yes. When things go off track, avoid the guilt spiral. Reset intentionally. A digital detox day, 15 minutes journaling, a walk in nature, deep breathing. It means, took a break, now I'm coming back.
Second, redesign, don't repeat. Don't just restart the same broken system.
Find out why it broke. Overload. Habit too big. Identity mismatch. Environment. Then tweak it, make it smaller, more flexible. Rigid systems break. Fluid ones adapt.
Third, forgive the gap. Acknowledge the setback without blame.
See it as a mirror showing what was missing. Learn from it, Release the guilt and build the next version.
Fourth, aiming for anti-fragility, getting stronger from setbacks.
Yeah, like Taleb's concept. Deep learning from failures makes the system more robust next time. A broken habit leads to a better one. An emotional dip leads to better self-awareness.
And finally, emotional anchors, things within the system that ground you.
An inspiring video, a note to self, a photo of your vision, things to reconnect you to your why when things get tough.
Okay, connecting this back to you, the listener, how can you build feedback into your routines, daily, weekly? And what's your go-to reset ritual for when things inevitably go off the rails? How can you use those moments to upgrade, not give up?
Now we get into strategic simplification and scaling. How do we take this further? Nathan offers the Eliminate, Automate, Delegate framework.
Based on the 80-20 rule, right? Most of us are busy with the 80% of stuff that yields little real result.
Exactly. So SUNST, eliminate. Be ruthless. Cut tasks that eat time but don't move the needle. Excessive email, pointless meetings, endless scrolling. Focus on the 2-3 vital tasks. A time audit could be really eye-opening here.
Second, automate. Use tech for repeatable stuff.
Financial tracking, standard email replies, social media scheduling.
Yeah.
Free up your brain for creative strategic work. Tools like Zapier or scheduling apps can be huge here.
And third, delegate. You can't do it all.
Recognizing that is key. Assign tasks to others, team members, VAs, contractors whose time is better suited, freeing you for the high-leverage work only you can do.
The impact of EAD is clarity, creativity, real progress, working smarter, not just harder.
Then there's build once, benefit daily. The power of leverage.
Creating something once, a process, template, checklist that keeps paying dividends. Investing an hour now to save many later.
It shifts you from constantly reacting to problems to proactively designing solutions that prevent them. And the best systems, often the simplest, when they run in the background, you get massive mental bandwidth for deep work. Exponential momentum.
But he warns about tools. Tools don't matter until systems do.
Yeah, the trap of chasing the next shiny app thinking it's the magic bullet. Often it's just procrastination disguised as progress.
A tool just amplifies the system you have. If the system's chaos, the tool amplifies chaos.
Exactly. Focus on the process first, how you decide, schedule, execute, review. That needs discipline, not fancy software. When you do choose tools, go for simple, flexible, frictionless ones. They should reduce cognitive load, not add to it.
And crucially, systemize before you scale. Trying to grow too fast without structure
leads to overwhelm and collapse. Systemizing means building that solid foundation, documenting workflows, standardizing things, automating. That allows for sustainable growth.
It takes discipline to pause growth to build structure, but it's an investment in resilience.
Totally. And systemizing forces you to see the weak spots, the friction points, so you can fix them before scaling magnifies them.
Applies to business, personal life, everything. Frees up mental bandwidth everywhere. Prevents those success spikes from crashing down. Creates a machine that runs smoothly.
So, for you listening, where can you eliminate, automate, or delegate right now to free up energy? And what single process could you build once this week that will keep benefiting you daily?
Finally, we arrive at the essence of the system builder's life. It's about abundance, shaping the future.
And Nathan defines wealth broadly. Not just money, but time, energy, relationships, peace of mind, freedom of choice, multi-dimensional wealth.
True wealth comes from alignment, he says. Aligning your life, your systems, with your values and purpose. Not chasing money, but building a system reflecting your truth, allowing prosperity to grow naturally.
When you're aligned, effort feels different. It's an investment, not a sacrifice. It energizes you. You naturally create value, build trust, solve problems. Money becomes a result, not the sole focus.
And it's about wholeness. A balanced system supports health, wealth, impact. Success in just one area isn't fulfilling.
He also talks about thinking in layers.